look wealthy, just for context for a waiver as well, was like, if you look wealthy and you're not actually wealthy, right? Like, for instance, you have a really, really expensive car, but you're actually, like, paying it off through, like, a subsidized, like, when you get paid your wage every week, like, a big chunk of it goes to paying off that. You're not actually really, like, wealthy. You kind of, like, you might actually be potentially, like, putting yourself in a bad position. It might be good for tax, though. Stuff like that. But then when you get to the point of, like, the fucking, as Sariel just said, it's like the fuck ton of cars. Like, it doesn't even have to be great quality cars, just like the excess. Like, you're not gonna, what is it? There's not even enough for a fortnight. The guy needs 2 more cars.
I can't carry anymore.
You know, if you're gonna have 12 cars, you should have 14, because that way you've got 1 for every day of the week. But then, like, the maintenance on keeping those running, if they even care to keep them running, would be stupid.
Good evening.
Not much really. How's Diablo going? Diablo is really difficult tonight. I haven't died yet, but I've got real close multiple times. My helper has died. My Valkyrie keeps nearly dying. It is really hard. I'm only on, like, Nightmare, and I haven't even found, like, the boss for this area, Tal Rasha, and then after him, I've got Duriel, which was mental on normal, so I'm expecting death. A lot of death. A lot of very expensive deaths. But yeah, the car stuff is, why do you even need 12 cars? I don't know. People like collecting things. Instead of collecting figurines or, like, sauce bottles, like, you know, hot sauce or something like that, they collect cars. It's also a status of wealth as well. So sometimes having, like, a lot of expensive stuff in excess just laying around that can't be used is, like, it's great. You know, for showing off how you just have that money to spare. Like, I have a car, it doesn't run. Like, I need to get it, like, I need to get it towed to a auto repair place or whatever, right? I have flat tires, like, literally flattened tires from it sitting for, like, half a year or more now. I can't afford to fix it. I can both not afford to fix it, and for straight up, if I did fix it, I'd either be towing it straight home because of the flat tires, or I would be immediately paying like 800 plus for new tires. Because my tires, it's a sports car of fucking course. It's a V6 sports car, so I have low profile is the only option I've got for my vehicle. And they're not cheap. Back when they used to be, you know, back when the world was more affordable, they would be like $200 or $180 each, right? And if you want to add to inflation, I'm looking probably over $1,000 to replace my tires alone, on top of a tow truck fee, on top of whatever is wrong or broken, diagnostic fee, repair and or replacement. And because my car is like older but also rare, it's I usually have to get custom parts forged for it because there's no spares, which is really fucking annoying because they're always really expensive. Every time I need something repaired, it's always like fucking some kind of platinum shit that needs to be forged in some kind of auto place in Victoria. So it's never quick, it's never easy. I'm always without the car for like a week or two. Yeah, like having excessive vehicles is like, and like I'm assuming that they're probably just for show, they're probably not there to run and stuff. But if they were, I'm sure they can afford to like service them and take them for like a drive and stuff, you know. Just to kind of like, I don't know, get the wind in the hair, stretch the legs of the car, so to speak. Also, sorry, I haven't been around a lot. Oh, is it all that late? That's fine, Scarlet. Look, I've always said this, is like, for you guys to have like, you know, whatever you've got in your personal life is priority over my streams and stuff. I don't care if that's just like you're tired or you're unwell or you're busy or you just don't feel like being here. All of it's okay. Don't feel like you have to be here. I appreciate when you guys are, and I love getting to talk to you. But yeah, never just assume that I'm going to be upset because I don't get to see you. I might be a little bit sad because I don't get to see you and talk to you, but yeah, don't ever feel like it's like I'm going to be mad or something. Like lately I've had like horrible shoulder pain because of my osteoarthritis in my shoulder. So I haven't been, like, I've been really worn out from the pain, so I haven't been staying up, I haven't been raiding much, I haven't been socializing outside of stream much, because I've just been trying to rest. So that's pretty much where I've been. If anybody's, like, been missing me in, like, their streams or, like, in Discord and stuff like that, and there's not much I can do about it. Winter is difficult for me, I'm always tired, but when I'm sore, it's like unbearably tired. Oh, it's another one of these things. Immune to lightning. That's such a weird thing for it to be immune to, realistically. I don't hate the guy, but I don't understand why. I don't know. I could understand a few years ago, before like any kind of like financial difficulty with like inflation and shit like that, people having multiples of things. Like, it used to be common for people to have like a car or more, or houses or more if you were like well off. These days, just having a house or having a car is saying that you're well off in most cases. Then again, that's just also my opinion about things too. I remember he bought a car and sent it out for custom work, and then bought another, the same car to have while he waited for the first car. I don't know. It's like, yeah, no, that's fucking, that's true excessive wealth. When that, you know, when you have to go out and get a replacement car for your car while you wait for it to get customized and stuff. I listened to stories about stuff like this on like TikTok and Reddit and shit like that, and there was one where it was like a true sign of excessive wealth was this person that had to buy a new car because they didn't want to have to drive their second vehicle, which was last year's model, because their partner had taken, or their son or something had taken their this year model version of the car, so they had to just buy a new one because God, like, heaven forbid they get seen driving around in the last year's model. And I'm like, what the fuck? But okay, you know, if you are so comfortable that you can do that, good for you. You do what you fucking want. But yeah, it causes people to be upset and frustrated because most people are absolutely working their ass off just to barely be able to afford, you know, a roof over the head, lights on, and some really, really basic, probably not even great food and stuff, just to get by between like work and stuff. That's why it pisses people off. I don't know if I can fit that. I think that's 2. Yeah, I'll go back. Yeah, that's the only reason why it pisses people off, is because they're like, after a certain point, it should be like, you know, maybe help others kind of thing. But honestly, if you work for it yourself, you do get that kind of selfish feeling of like, why should I? Kind of thing. I get that too. I understand it. It sucks from the outside perspective of like the wish you would, but you know, nobody's obligated to share anything, do anything. Let me make another one of these. There we go. Now I got extra space. Alright. So sorry I couldn't talk too much in my stream in Destiny. It just took all of me. I was considered not streaming because I can't acknowledge my chat. Yeah, you were raging out so bad. I was like editing and shit, and I saw you go live, and I'm like, I haven't had a chance to actually be in your chat for a while, where I've got time and I've got like the energy and stuff to chat. And I'm like, so I'll just pop in and chat and stuff. And then like within a couple of minutes of like your first match, you just like went absolutely super like ragey on like the other players and shit. And I'm like, I actually do need to focus. And I'm like, I can't focus while you're like raging out and stuff. And I'm like, it's fine. I was actually hoping to come back in a bit later and come back in and like say, hey, I had to go, I had to concentrate and shit. Because I'm like, there was no point me putting a message in, because like you were busy and you weren't going to get to read it until I'd be gone anyway. So I'm like, I'll just come back in later when I get a chance to. And, you know, I'll just talk to you later. I'll talk to you eventually when I get a chance to anyway. I knew I would eventually. Be either here or yours or Discord or wherever, right? Somewhere. Somewhere and sometime in some space. What? Oh, yeah, this is a circly one. You know. So, yeah, I wasn't concerned about it. But, yeah. No, I had my fucking editing and shit to try to focus on. So I just, like, pieced out. I just imagine I was doing that meme of, you know, the putting up the peace fingers and, like, just vanishing. Like, just dissolving into the background. That's what I imagined I was doing. I always imagine that that's what I'm doing when I'm like, I just kind of like fade out of existence. I'm glad you didn't went, so... You didn't... I went so quiet when raiding at the end. I wasn't... Was it? It wasn't content. No, that's fine. Sorry, I having a bit of fucking trouble reading what you said, but yeah. No, I figured you probably kind of stopped a bit soon after, because I'm like, you were saying that like you're having trouble being able to see chat, and Shruby was also having trouble seeing chat because you were both like focusing on your game, which can be hard depending on what you're playing. Like I did hear this from a few people that usually like I will say like I don't give a shit what I'm playing. I'll always like talk to people regardless, stuff like that, whatever. And I'm usually, at least when I had Twitch Studio, it was really, really easy for me to get messages while I was already doing other stuff. But Streamlabs isn't quite as easy, so a lot of the time I'm actually looking over and reading stuff, and tonight it's being delayed, so I'm not getting shit immediately. I'm not getting the conversation in real time like I usually would. But yeah, in this case, I wasn't really like that concerned. I'm like, I know that you've said before that there are some games out there you can't not focus on. I don't know if it was you or somebody else let me know that there's a couple of games where like if you, like, not so much like AFK, but you know, like if you stop for a moment and you stop moving or something like that, like they'll kick you. I don't know if that was you or somebody else, but somebody let me know that there are like shooting games and stuff out there like that. And I'm like, I figured it might be like that. Like I've had several people try to get me into Destiny or Destiny 2 or whatever, and it's not my cup of tea. But after seeing you play it, it's like, holy shit. Yeah, no, I made the right choice for that. I see you trying, so what are you doing getting sleepy? Are you sleepy at work, or are you, like, is this after work now? I'm not surprised that you're tired. You're still doing big days. I'm glad you didn't come back. That's fine. Look, I was just busy with editing and stuff, and before I knew it, your stream was over, so... I always figure that with stuff. Like, sometimes I'll, like, walk out of the room and get a drink or something, I'll come back and, like, somebody's raided out, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. You know. Other times, it's like, you know, yeah, I'm, like, genuinely busy and I need to focus. Plus, there are times where, like, I've said this before, sometimes I'll, like, mute somebody's stream if I've got to focus for a couple of minutes. So I'll sometimes miss a question here and there. I get it with, like, yours, and I get it with Mirthless's streams probably the most, where like I might have to go and grab a drink, or I might just like I'll miss a question or something like that because I'm like super focused on something and I've had to like turn the volume down or something for a minute. It happens. This is why I also just like I don't expect to my brain just completely stopped. I don't know what I was going with that sentence. Basically, like, in my chat and stuff like that, like, I don't expect people to be here all the time, right? So I kind of expect the same thing when I'm in somebody else's stream, and I just assume that they don't think I'm there all the time as well. Like, I'm there most of the time. I'm just not always there. Like, sometimes I'll pop off and grab a drink, and I'm not going to say something because there's no point me interrupting and saying, hey, I'm getting a drink. Like, it's more of a statement than it is anything, you know. But yeah, it causes sometimes missed conversations. I just woke up. I was off work earlier and couldn't keep my eyes open, but needed to touch dark circles, so I stayed up a bit. Jesus, you and your raccoon eyes. That's fair though. You gotta keep those looking good. But, it's early morning for you, isn't it? Like really, really early morning? Or is it, no wait, by this time it's nearly lunchtime, sorry. Yeah, it's like nearly your lunchtime. Where was I going? I was going this way. I'm glad I asked him for help and he was just back talking and fucked me off big time. It's all good. Look, it's, I figure it's one of those, it's your stream. You do you. You know? What? Like, you know. My Valkyrie died. Shit. I don't know. I don't know. I normally try to keep up with all my messages and shit like that, but usually if ever I'm having trouble, I'll normally let you know that, hey, I just need a second or something like that. My helper's gonna die. Jesus Christ. She's not gonna get enough. Jesus, this room. Yeah, if I ever have a point in time where shit's too chaotic and I just need to focus for a second, I'll normally just say it.
Hello.
I also sometimes find that if you just put it up in chat, like if you pen a message in chat that just says, you know, please be patient, yeah, I'll respond to comments as I can and stuff like that. Like, this is a attention-heavy game or something like that. Sometimes that's enough for people to know that it's like, oh, they just need to take a second and just wait. The other thing too is I honestly believe, if people can't fucking wait for a response, like they really need to just calm down. Like I've had it a couple of times in like a few weeks here and there where I'm a little bit on the delay responding because I'm like just yapping too much, and that's fine, that happens. But sometimes I miss when people leave and I don't get a chance to actually say goodbye, or I feel bad if they've waited and stuff, because, oh fuck, I forgot what I'm looking at. I forgot what I was looking at. Oh god. Giantha, I can thank you for the gift stuff, Jesus. In the chaos, it's the perfect time for that to have happened. Jesus Christ. I gotta get out of this corner. We are all dying. We're dying so bad. Wait, can I go back out of this room? Let's go out of this room a little bit. Okay, let's pull everybody out of here. Oh god, that was so bad. Oh man. It's 8:22 a.m. Really? Don't you usually have like lunch and stuff when you were sort of working around this time during summer last year? Or is it just kind of like you just take a break when you can sort of thing and just kind of call it lunch? Am I out of battle or something? The amp damage curse doesn't make it easy. Yeah, the amplified damage is not helping me. But I was hoping to be able to sneak in from the corner there, but I want to get these couple of guys dead so that they stop resurrecting people. I've just got to see if... yeah, that was the last one of them. Okay, so I can stand out here safely now. I don't know if my ally went in there, if Eliza went in there. She's rude. New Valkyrie. New Valkyrie time. Reading would be hard, and I asked Ruby to help chat, and all he did was backchat, so yeah, annoyed me. Made him look like an ass. I don't know. Like I said, the stream happened. Shit happened. I pretty much just see it as like, it's over. I don't know, I'm kind of like one of those people that's just like really not bothered by like a lot, and I'm just like, time's passed, it's not a problem anymore kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to be like that, but it's, I don't know. I'm very like that. What are you doing, Trantha? What are you doing? Are you sending shit flying everywhere? Is that what's going on? Hold on, let me get out my other page. I can see shit flying. I don't want that for my mods. I don't know, I expect nothing from my mods. Realistically, so as a streamer, this is just my perspective of my own stream, okay? Is that I expect that it's my responsibility to take care of basically most anything I put into place, such as like redeemables and stuff like that. Like, I I wanted to stream. I wanted to do streaming. So basically everything I have learnt to do, I've learnt to do for the purpose of doing... Right. Oops. I did not mean to drink that. God damn it. I wanted to save those. Like I learned how to pin things. I learned how to add redeems. I learned how to make those redeems happen. Stuff like that. Like my mods are really just here to support me. Right there. Stop throwing food around, man. I'm hungry. Yeah, my mods, I don't expect them to be here like every stream, all stream. If they happen to be here, that's awesome. Like Atlantis was probably here, might still be here, don't fucking know. She has like a whole kind of rotating roster thing, right? So sometimes she'll be getting ready for work. Sometimes she's on her way home from work. Sometimes she's at work. Sometimes she's asleep. I don't expect her to be active at the start or at the end or the whole way through stream. If she's here at any point, that's awesome. And when I need her to do something, like, you know, the times where I've had like people really excessively doing stuff, I've asked if she could just be here. And so she'll be here. And she'll enforce shit if she sees it. But apart from that, like, I mostly expect to do anything and everything myself is my responsibility as a streamer. Obviously, as I grow and stuff, if things start becoming overwhelming, I have got another mod lined up. Viken will be my second mod, and Shadow as well. Those two will be my stream mods who will help me with mostly just approving or declining comments that might get held, stuff like that. I don't want them to do anything else realistically. I don't really need them to do anything else. I can mostly do a lot of stuff. And a lot of the stuff I mostly do by myself anyway. But that is just me as well. I also don't expect them to be here all the time. Like, if they happen to be here, that's great. If they happen to be busy and stuff, like, they don't have to be in every stream. Like, you know. It's just if they're around when they're around kind of thing. I have the same kind of rules towards my Discord too, is like anybody I've asked to be a mod is only if and when they are available and already in my Discord doing something. If they catch something, then they should action it. Or at least like, or if it's above what they can action, they need to call attention to like Atlantis or myself so that we can action it. That sort of thing's fine. But, yeah. What are you doing, Triantha? I'm watching you. Please stand back and... No, stand back. Stand still. Yeah, I get that, but ADHD is really bad. I need help at times. And I do the same, or I will read out messages for them just to give them a little help. That's fair. That's the thing, though. It's like, you know, if you and your mods and stuff are collectively streamers, and you kind of like have that sort of situation where you already have done that or are sort of, you know, have done it for somebody else elsewhere and stuff, and it's just something you're doing in return or want to have done in return, that's fine. Like, you know, as I said, whatever works for you and streaming and stuff, and collectively as a group of streamers and stuff, at least you'd have like more knowledge on this sort of stuff. Oh, there's a couple urns up here. Like I said, like, I only know what I know from like researching and shit. And is that the last one? Nice, we can go to the fucking thing. And we got time to do it. Let's go kill Tal Rasha. Why is there more? I already cleared this out, didn't I? Or did I miss these guys? I missed some people. It's fine. I didn't completely clear this out, apparently. Oh. Are you wiggling tentacles at people on purpose, Triantha, or is that just like a natural tired reaction? Either way, this is like one of the best streams to have been here for. This is just nuts chaos tonight, as far as like all this shit goes. But yeah, I don't know. As from like a streamer perspective for myself, I'm pretty fucking blasé about a lot of stuff. And I think the thing was because when I started streaming, oh yeah, there's a whole section here I didn't do, sorry. Yeah, no, I know which tomb was supposed to be going down. but we've been clearing out all the other ones, and I just walked out and I found out there's a little bit of section here that I haven't done, so I'll just fix that up and then we'll go into it. I'm just trying to see if I've got space for this shit, which I don't really... What is it? Cracked flail. No, I don't have space for that. Let's go back. I can sell a couple of things and come back for that. Yeah, nearly time for it though. Nearly time. We'll clear out, we'll do the little lap around and we'll walk straight over to it. It'll be fine. Yeah, so as I was saying, basically, because, like, I didn't tell anybody when I started streaming, right? The first, like, couple of weeks that I did, nobody knew that I was streaming. Like, I think I told my partner, but he wasn't here. Like, he wasn't hopping into streams and being like, yo, what are you up to? Like, just checking in on you or anything. Like, nah, he was fucking at work or asleep. So, like, I was legit mostly on, like, my own. So pretty much everybody I've come into contact with has been just like rogue people fighting me. Grim I did tell after like a week or something, because he was like, where the fuck you been? And I'm like, so you'll never believe. No, I was literally like, yeah, no, I've been doing this. I was like really hesitant to even tell him, because I'm like, the fuck is he gonna think? Like, he was my best mate, so he obviously didn't give a fuck. He just came in and saw what the hell I was doing and gave his advice, because apparently he watched other streamers. I didn't know that. So Grim was like really super helpful for me, because he actually watched a lot of streamers and I had like zero knowledge of like what streamers actually do. Like, I'm not joking. My initial thought of streaming and stuff like that was like, oh, you know, you go live and yes, you play games and you talk to people and like, I don't know, people just feel compelled to throw money at you and stuff, and cool, all done, right? That's job done, day done. And that's not what happens. Like I had a really like warped sense of it to begin with, and I was like, I kind of like, I think treated this like some kind of a business model sort of thing, and it took me only like 2 months to like really actually realize that I really felt uncomfortable when people were like being generous and shit, because I'm like, you know, the concept that people are actually like legitimately just opening their wallets and shit and supporting me out of their hard-earned money and stuff was like, oh god, like I feel horrible, because I wish I was like providing better content, you know. But yeah, I don't know, at some point I had to, I guess, get some kind of level of comfortable with the whole scenario. I'm still awkward as shit and uncomfortable about it all, but like, I live off this, so I have to be in some capacity. I appreciate it. Like I said earlier tonight and yesterday and everything, is I fucking appreciate everything everybody does. I just like getting to talk to you, and I am hoping that YouTube will hopefully, mostly in the future, like fund me being here doing what I do and shit. But like when I'm not streaming, which like I'm only streaming for like 4 hours a night, right? But when I'm offline, when you guys aren't seeing me and I'm like not active or not available and stuff, I am spending hours watching videos and reading documents and figuring out how shit works and like what people are doing and what, like, how they're doing it and stuff like that. Like, if I see somebody giving head pats in somebody's stream, I'm like, how did that do that? Where do I go for that? What is it? Like, you know, and then I'll be down like a learning rabbit hole for like the next couple of hours, being like, apparently you need this program and then you need this other one, and then you've got to insert image here and all these things. Like, I spent a lot of time researching and stuff. I really went like really extra hard with it too for the first like, well, first year and a few months. When summer hit earlier this year, oh fuck, I sold it again. When summer hit earlier this year, that stopped me in my tracks for a lot of everything outside of streaming, because my health took such a massive dive from it. So I just had to put everything on stop, which is fine. It's perfectly fine to stop and look after yourself when you need to. And I have not yet resumed it, because I'm only just getting back up to good health. I am just back up into good health now. And I will go for some tests next Tuesday with the hospital and see how I'm doing. So I won't know next Tuesday, but I will have like an idea of how I went last time I saw them, which would be nice. So, yeah. Found your existence. You did find my existence. Actually, quite a lot of people have found my existence and, like, just enjoy kind of being here and stuff. You know, this was one of those things where, you know how people sometimes talk about, like, imposter syndrome or something? I've never heard about it until I started streaming. I'm like, the fuck is that? Like, what is this? Like, some kind of possession thing? I don't know. My mind went places, right? And I'm just like, the hell is imposter syndrome? And apparently it's when you feel like you're, like, what you're doing and stuff like that is, like, being received more, is it, like, greater than it is or something like that, or greater than you think it is? There's something along those lines or whatever. Somebody can put in the definition of imposter syndrome if they want to. That's okay. Ah, oh, fuck, we found it. That's right. I'm in the correct tomb. I forgot where we were. We'll come back to this. I need to bring the thingy in here anyway, so we'll go clear out the rest of this place. I forgot I was in the tomb, so that happened. I got the rest of this place. I don't know why I keep pathing to it straight away. But there was a couple of points in time where I came across, like, that whole imposter syndrome thing where, like, I felt like I didn't